See, before I explain the problem I'm dealing with now, let me tell you about the man I married. My husband has always been caring, a man who showered me with love from every angle. In fact, I felt like the luckiest woman alive, blessed with this God sent companion. From the day we got married, peace reigned in our home. We have two beautiful children, and life felt almost perfect. My husband worked in a construction company in the procurement section, and I held a well paying job at an oil company. Together, our incomes gave us a comfortable life. Everything was fine until one day when my husband's company announced redundancies, and he was one of the employees affected. At first, we were hopeful. We waited for months, thinking they might call him back, but no news came. Around the same time, I received a promotion and my salary was doubled. I was relieved, grateful even, because our entire family, even our parents, had started depending solely on my income and things were getting tight. When I shared the good news with my husband, I expected him to be happy for me. Instead, I noticed a strange reaction. His congratulations felt forced, almost begrudging. I sensed some kind of jealousy though, because he had not yet gotten his job. I too would have felt the same way. So I didn't press the issue. I focused on managing the bills we used to handle together. A year passed. My husband still hadn't been called back to work. And though he applied to other companies, luck was not on his side. One day, I suggested he start a business to keep himself occupied and maybe even bring in some income. He dismissed the idea, saying he had no capital. When I offered to fund it, he outright refused. I can never start a business with a woman's money, he said. That stung. I didn't know where this sudden pride or was it resentment was coming from. Still, I backed off. I stopped making suggestions or even mentioning his job situation. I figured he just needed time to rebuild his confidence. But my sister, time didn't heal things. Instead, it made them worse. One day, I and my husband got into a seemingly small argument, which is not strange at all, as we don't see eye to eye sometimes. He exploded. His words hit me like a slap in the face. Because you are the one feeding me now, you think you have wings and can ride on me. He said that. I was stunned. Where was this coming from? I had never thrown his unemployment in his face. Have never disrespected him. So why? I let it go, praying that this was just a phase. But deep down, my heart ached. The man I married was slipping further and further away from me. And then came the day everything changed. He came home and announced, with an air of finality, that he had decided to become a farmer. At first, I was relieved, happy even, that he was finally taking initiative. I listened eagerly as he explained his plan. But then, his next words drained the color from my face. We will need to move to the village, he said. You and the children too. You'll have to quit your job. I blinked, thinking I must have misunderstood. Quit my job? Move to the village? What about the children's school? His expression didn't waver. He was serious. Yes, he said firmly. We'll all go together. It's the best thing for the family. My sister. I felt my heart drop. My job is the only source of income we have. How will we survive if I leave it? My mother, who is sick and depends on the money I send her every month, what will happen to her? Our children, who are thriving in their school, how can I pull them out and send them to the village school? I looked at him, searching for the man I married, the God sent I married, but I couldn't find him. Instead, I saw someone I barely recognized, someone who seemed driven by something I couldn't understand. I stayed quiet about his decision and didn't give him an answer. I was hoping my silence would make him realize that this idea didn't make sense. I just wanted him to think it through again. But after a month, he brought it up again. This time, he asked if I had already resigned from my job. That's when I finally spoke up and told him that moving to the village would make us lose too much. I explained how it wasn't the best choice for our family. Our conversation led to an argument again. Then he said something that left me speechless. He said, "You have to choose. Either quit your job or quit this marriage." What do, my sister? I feel trapped. I want my real husband back. I want the man I fell in love with. Tell me, my sister, what would you do if you were in my shoes?